Today in class we were adding fractions with unlike denominators. We're going to practice a little bit right now. If we have the fractions 3/4 plus 1/3, the denominators are not the same. We can circle the denominators and we have 3 and 4. So we have to find, our first step is, if they are different, we have to find a common denominator. So our common denominator would be multiplying 4 times 3, and we get 12. So we have to keep the fractions equivalent. Therefore, we're going to multiply this fraction by 3, and we're going to multiply 1/3 by 4 on the numerator and denominator because we want to keep them equivalent. So now we are going to have 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 3 is 12, then we are going to add, and this equivalent fraction is 1/3 times 4, so we have 4 times 1 is 4, and 3 times 4 is 12. Now our denominators are each 12, so we can add them because they're equal parts, and we have 13 twelfths. This fraction is a fraction greater than 1. Therefore, we're going to make a mixed number. 12 goes into 13 one time with a remainder of 1, and our denominator stays the same. So you should have, adding 3/4 plus 1/3, we get 1 and 1/12. Another example is 4/5 plus 2/10. So our step one is to look at the denominators, and when we look at these denominators, we have a 5 and a 10. They are not the same, so we're going to have to find a common denominator. If we look at 5 and 10, we know 5 times 2 is 10. So 5 is a factor of 10. So therefore our common denominator is going to be 10. So we're going to leave plus 2/10 exactly how it is. And we're going to multiply 4/5 times 2 because 5 times 2 is 10. So if we multiply our numerator and denominator by 2, 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 times 5, let's just put that there so we can look at it. We go 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 5 is 10, and we get 10 tenths, which equals 1. Looking at the same problem, 4/5 plus 2/10, some of you, after seeing that where we made our lowest common denominator 10, some of you are probably thinking, wow, another strategy for a problem like this would be, let's simplify 2/10, and then I have 4/5 plus, if we simplify 2/10, we get 1/5 which equals 5 fifths, which equals 1. So we have to look at the denominators and decide which strategy from class we're going to use. Let's try a few more problems. Another example is 2/3 plus 3/11. So for this one, I think I'm going to make a little table. That's my strategy. And I'm going to put 3 here and 11 here. And I'm going to start with 11 because 11 times 1 is 11. 11 times 2 is 22. And 11 times 3 is 33. And I know 3 goes into 33 11 times. So with the denominators 3 and 11, I'm going to multiply this side of the fraction by 11. And I'm going to go 11 times 2 and 11 times 3 for my denominator because I have to multiply my numerator and my denominator to keep it an equivalent fraction. So 11 times 2 is 22. So I'm going to have 22 over 33. And I'm going to add it to this fraction, which to make it the denominator 33, I have to multiply everything times 3. So I'm going to go 3 times 3 and 3 times 11. And I'm going to get 9 over 33. Now that my denominators are the same, I can add my fraction, and I'm going to get 22 plus 9 is 31 over 33. And that's my answer. So this time I found the lowest common multiple of 11 and 3 by finding the multiples of 3 and 11, which I did 11 first and I knew 3 went into 33. And then I multiplied my fractions to keep them equivalent but with the same denominator. And now I have 31 over 33. Now it's your turn. On a sheet of paper, you're going to write 6/9 plus 1/5, and you're going to do the problem and write down all your steps. And then you're going to do 2/3 plus 1/7. Write down all your steps. The first step is you need to find a common denominator with one of the strategies from class. We'll work on these tomorrow. See you later.